Good afternoon, ladies, gents and Pikachus. As you can see, I've got a new microphone, so I'm going to be figuring out how to use this properly, figuring out the range so I can do the sound well, and the best position to put it in. I don't know whether I'm going to like having this arm. I think I might go back to the other one just because I hold it in my hand. But anyway, that's not the reason I wanted to make this video. I wanted to just give you a little update as to my health with my attack. And the reason is I don't feel like I've really recovered from my concussion yet. When I'm making my videos, I can't concentrate well enough to, speak the script and give you my breakdown properly. Although I'm going to keep making the videos, you just have to bear with me. They're not going to be as good as some of the previous ones that I've made. For instance, this evening's 4:15 episode, I think I'm just going to delete that and start again. It just isn't very good. So I don't know whether that's... No, it should be, reading the script, it should be one of the best ones. That's the most annoying bit. We're just going through Allah's direct racism, where he's literally suggesting we segregate brown and white people are punished, and it's suggesting that they are born of evil blood. So even though he's previously said if we bow to him and obey him and read his daft Quran and do all this rapey weird stuff, then we could be saved. But no, he actually says we are born of evil blood, and because we're white we should be punished. So I think that's pretty conclusively, that's as much conclusive proof as you're going to find that this guy's an insane racist psycho. But what makes it worse, this is really what I wanted to speak to you, is I have had floods, literally dozens and dozens every single day, probably hundreds altogether, of Muslims turning up and saying, it's Allah's will that I was attacked the other day, Allah was guiding the guy. Even though the guy who did it, he hates all religions. He hates Muslims, he hates Christians, he hates Jews. He is a racist Nazi. He's like one of the worst human beings you'll ever meet, who is a sexual predator. Like when he attacked me, he was naked. He was literally naked. Snuck up behind me to whack the back of my head with a metal bar, naked. Like God knows what he would have done had I lost consciousness, not being able to defend myself. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know, these are the kind of people that Islam creates and motivates. People who gloat and laugh and reward a psychotic Nazi and someone who is a violent criminal. They reward that guy, but they don't want us to just read their book. Even though it says in the book, Allah explicitly says we should speak the truth of his book, and that is exactly what I've been doing. And it says you're a bad Muslim if you try and conceal that or cover that up, which they are doing. So like I said, 100% of Muslims are bad Muslims by definition of his conflicting advice and commands. They cannot do anything else. 100% of people who believe in Islam are rude and horrible and racist. They're rewarding this behavior. And I want you to just keep in mind, Allah is Hubal Haddad. That is what the old world called Satan. We call that guy Satan. They worship him. That is why they are like this. So keep in mind, you know what, I'm going to leave up tonight's episode if you can bear to watch through it, because I'm like a zombie when I'm saying the words, reading off a script. I just found it really difficult. So I'll leave that up because it's interesting to hear what was on that page. And what I'll do tonight is I'll try and reshoot it and make a better version of it. But I want you to just keep in mind, while these guys are hassling and reporting me and saying all this horrible stuff, saying, my parents should be embarrassed, I should be killed. This is a religion which directly says, in the words of their God, that we as white people are born of evil blood and should be destroyed, harassed, raped and killed and ransacked, and the entire world should rejoice at this, simply based on our skin colour. So when they're saying we're Islamophobes, we're racists, in their book their God tells them to kill us because we are white men. Just keep that in mind when they're giving it all this and saying we're the ones that are discriminating against them. It's complete nonsense. And we should do everything we can to make sure people read that, because if they're going to block our comments and remove our videos when we are saying this is happening, they cannot deny it when it's in their book. And to make it even worse, the English translation has all this removed. It's got the same sentences, but half the words are removed so that it doesn't say that. You have to translate an actual Arabic one, which is the one they use, in order to find this. And who's going to do that? Who do you know apart from me who's taken the time to actually translate an Arabic Quran properly? I don't know anyone who's ever done that. And when they buy the English one, it doesn't say that. The English one's full of mistakes. The English one isn't a Quran, that's what I think. As far as I'm concerned, the red copy is the Quran in full, in Arabic, and you will find when you translate that. But that green one that's translated into English for me is a lie. It completely covers up exactly what Allah is saying. And exactly what Allah is saying is that you and I and the rest of the world who aren't brown Muslims are evil demons, basically. We're born of evil blood who should be destroyed. Not only that, we should be destroyed in great agony and pain and then burned forever in his evil fire. Like, he takes joy in that. He actually takes joy and enjoys the thought of that. And his Muslims do, because he tells them to. So in conclusion, watch out for these brainwashed racist morons and psychos. Read the Quran yourself, get a red one and translate it. And just keep in mind, the reason they call us Islamophobes is not because we're discriminating against them. It's because they plan to harm and kill us and steal everything off us and rub out our culture. And that is expressly in the red Quran. Most of it's in the green Quran, but not the bit about segregating white and brown people. So anyway, I'm going to go and I'm going to finish my cup of tea now, have some breakfast and try and recover, you know, so that I can get through an episode of reading scripts without being so tentative. I mean, watch tonight's one. I'll leave it up so you can see my condition. I mean, you can hear in my voice now I'm having trouble formulating a sentence and getting through speaking properly. But regardless, I want to get this done. I'm not going to be deterred. We will read through the whole Quran in Without Lies, Islam Dies, and we will find out exactly what these guys are trying to hide from us. And then we can act. And that's the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed that. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. And it begins to dawn on me now just how many absolutely loopy psychotics we have in this species alongside us. So watch out for those, and yeah, just try not to interact with these people. They're absolutely mad, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now. Bye bye bye.